Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where it's day 20 of our Grotmas Calendar, and it's time for the Blood Angels to shine. Eat your heart out, Gabriel. I know nothing about the Blood Angels, so first question for the comments: who's Gabriel? The Dark Angels might have monopolised all the obvious Grotmas gags about angels 3 weeks ago, with a terrible detachment in my opinion. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But the Blood Angels have arrived to bring death to the enemies of the Imperium. Enter the Angelic Inheritors. I hope this is good for the Blood Angels players, who just got a codex that's apparently pretty good. Must be nice to have a good codex. Must be nice to have a codex that hasn't been rewritten so many times that it was not worth buying. Yeah, I'm only slightly bitter that I bought the big Deathwing Knight box for however much, 100 and some quid, with the fancy codex and the fancy cards, and all of it is just pointless now, because it's been rewritten so much. I'm only slightly annoyed by that. But let's focus on the red boys this time around. I do love that captain model. I'm very tempted to pick one up and kit bash it into my army. Really, really nice. The Blood Angels refresh was solid. Absolutely solid. Outside of the Sanguinary Guard, which sucked ass. Hopefully this doesn't. The Blood Angels have inherited much from their Primarch. Their grace, nobility, and psychic prowess all trace back to Sanguinius, as does the spiritual curse that has afflicted them since his death. More esoteric, perhaps, but no less a gift from their gene sire, is their propensity to blaze brightest during the darkest moments of despair. Just as Sanguinius himself is said to have brought hope to the hopeless at the point of his gilded spear, so too do the Blood Angels rise in the face of adversity, as though in fulfillment of some ancient prophecy. At such times, the angelic and monstrous natures ever at war within Sanguinius' gene sons find an equilibrium, icy calm in their ferocity, ferocious in their clarity. The warrior angels of Baal strike with unerring and unstoppable wrath to snatch victory from the blooded jaws of defeat. The legacy of the angel manifests itself in the form of 3 abilities. Blood Angels will choose 2 of these at the start of the battle, and all their character units will benefit. They might choose the power to fall back, shoot and charge in the same turn, or reroll hit rolls and wound rolls of 1, or reroll advance and charge rolls. All sound useful, all sound like we've seen them in other detachments. The troubling visions enhancements even lets a character unit benefit from all 3 legacy abilities, or the equivalent of 1 battle round, while continuing the theme of the cursed blessings that the Blood Angels have inherited from Sanguinius. The detachment supports an aggressive playstyle. I like aggressive playstyles, with stratagems like Unto the Burning Skies, which sends Blood Angels jump pack units back to strategic reserves at the end of your opponent's fight phase, ready to descend like avenging angels all over again. The Sanguinor can even do this within engagement range of enemy units, making him a terrifying foe to face. As he should be. The Sanguinor should be terrifying. Tomorrow brings a detachment for players who like their big shiny toys. It's the Tau Empire. Hopefully it's a melee-focused Farsight-esque. I love Farsight. Farsight's such a cool model. I'd love to be able to do a proper melee Tau with fusion blades and all kinds of stuff, but Games Workshop don't want to give us those. Anyway, let's focus on the Blood Angels and enhance. Angelic Inheritors Detachment Rule. Legacy of the Angel. At the start of the first battle round, select 2 of the Angelic Legacy abilities listed below. Until the end of the phase, those Angelic Legacy abilities are active, and their abilities apply to all Adeptus Astartes character units from your army. Sanguinary Grace. The unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Carmine Wrath. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1 and a wound roll of 1. You're always taking that, I think. You get Oath of Moment as well, but you're always taking that. And their Appointed Hour. You can reroll advance and charge rolls for this unit. That's incredibly strong as well. I think you take the last 2. Restrictions. Your army can include Blood Angels units, but cannot include Adeptus Astartes units drawn from any other chapter. As expected. Enhancements, Prescient Flash, 20 points. Adeptus Astartes model only. Models in the bearer's unit have the Scout 6-inch ability, generally strong, reasonably pointed. Troubling Visions, 15 points. Adeptus Astartes model only. Once per battle, in your command phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. When it does, until the start of your next command phase, all Angelic legacy abilities are active for the bearer's unit, instead of only 2 of them. Yeah, not bad. Again, it's not overly expensive. It's a situational, but so's the Scout, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Blazing Icon, 20 points. Adeptus Astartes inventory model only. Enemy units cannot use the Fire Overwatch stratagem to shoot the bearer's unit. We keep seeing this. This is a very popular thing in week 2 and week 3 of these detachments. And finally, Ordained Sacrifice, 25 points. Adeptus Astartes model only. The first time the bearer is destroyed, roll 1d6 at the end of the phase. On a 2-up, set the bearer back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, with 3 wounds remaining. Again, that's strong. Depends who you put it on. It's very nice. I think that Dark Angels have something similar in their Unforgiven detachment, the general rubbishy one. I think there's something similar in one of the Space Marine detachments as well. It's just it keeps your character going. By that point, the unit is probably already dead as well, so you would just be having a character on their own. 25 points is pretty expensive, I think, but it is bringing a character back potentially at 50% health. Yeah, it's nice, and it fits the theme more than actually being super useful with this, I think. But it definitely fits the theme. Down to the stratagems, we have 1 Epic Deed, 2 Strategic Ploy, and 3 Battle Tactic stratagems. One of those stratagems is Armor of Contempt, because every Space Marine detachment has Armor of Contempt. So I'm going to just jump over to Focused Fury. All of these stratagems are 1 CP. Focused Fury, when fight phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Effect. Until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Lethal Hits ability. If your unit is a character unit, until the end of the phase, those models have the Lance ability as well. Quite nice, probably make a very melee focused punchy unit a bit more punchy. Lance and Lethal Hits for a character, I think that's quite strong. Instant of Grace. When your command phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes infantry unit from your army. Effect. Select 1 non-character model in your unit. Until the start of your next command phase, your model has the character keyword. Designer's note. While in effect, your model's unit is therefore a character unit, meaning it can interact with the legacy of the Angel Detachment rule, in addition to other rules that interact with character units. I love that. That's the kind of thing that I want to be able to do. It's like a field promotion. For 1 CP, you can make basically a unit, a character unit. Yeah, I love that. I really like this detachment already, just for how themey it is. Not that I want to run Blood Angels, but I like this quite a lot. Strike now for glory. When your shooting phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes unit in your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Effect. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Sustained Hits 1 ability. Very nice. In the Shadow of Great Wings. When your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Target 1 Adeptus Astartes character unit from your army that has been selected as the target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Effect. Until the end of the phase, your unit can only be selected as the target of a ranged attack if the attacking model is within 18 inches. Situational. It's probably a nice to have. There's definitely a case for it. That's definitely one of the weaker stratagems here. And finally, Unto the Burning Skies. When end of your opponent's fight phase, target 1 Adeptus Astartes jump pack unit from your army. You cannot target a unit that is within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units unless it's the Sanguinor. You can target the Sanguinor if it's within engagement range. Remove your unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. I hadn't quite fully grasped that. That's really nice as well. It's just a free uppy downy for it. Well, it's not free, it's a CP. but it's a 1 CP uppy downy. Yeah, really nice. Armour of Contempt is Armour of Contempt. It's not exciting, it's not flashy, but it's overused. I know they're trying to curtail the use of it with the latest index updates, its rules changes and things. I think Armour of Contempt is just a prop. I get why every detachment has it, but it is massively overused. All the others, in the shadow of Great Wings, you know, there's a situation for it, but the other 4 I think are really strong. They're also very themey for what this is, and how Blood Angels probably want to play, because they are a more aggressive playstyle. They've got more aggressive units and they're quite strong melee. They have some good punch in ranged attacks as well, but melee-wise and jump assault, they are incredibly strong. I really like that you can just make a non-character a character. And the enhancements all seem very good. The detachment rule is fun and themey. I personally wouldn't look to... Falling back, I think, is, personally for me, it's a coward's game. Yes, it's situational, yes, it's very smart, and it's tactically adept for quite a lot of situations. But if I get in there, I just want to punch and smack things, and if I die, I die. Like, I'm a very simple person. Rerolling Advance and Charge is very solid for melee units, and rerolling a wound roll and a hit roll of 1 is just generally strong, and having both of those, yes, this is on characters and their units, but you could really build some nasty things. Jump Pack Captain with reroll Advance and Charge and reroll 1s for hit and wound. Terminator Captain, there's loads of cool things that you could do. Really fun stuff. I think this is a good detachment. I don't think it's game breaking, I don't think it's incredibly exceptional. I still think at this point, what are we, day 20, and I haven't looked at the demon stuff yet. Complete transparency. I don't know when I'm going to look at it. I'm hoping to get it done over the weekend maybe. We'll see how my voice is. Sort of struggling to keep going at the minute. But outside of the 4 demons detachments that came out on Monday, I still think that the Grey Knights one is the best, but I don't think there's anything bad in this. I think the last sort of 10 or 12 detachments have actually been really solid and themey and quite well balanced, if I'm honest. They're very similar, we've really hit our stride with it, but coming into the final, I think there's maybe 4 or 5 days left. There's 4 days, isn't there, because they said it was 24. So there's another 4 detachments to have a look at. Up to this point overall, I think this has been very good. But let me know what you think of this detachment and the Grotmas detachments in general in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.